and it's a good side, both side fence. So it looks good from Mr. McGuire's property, and it looks good from Sarah Barnard and Bryant Beer.
You mentioned that it was sitting on a wall, it's not.
And this one is not, the issue we have. Okay. Be careful with me. You don't want to ask too many questions, I'll talk.
Open it up, you answered the question.
Good.
Okay. I would then ask if Mr. Beer has anything to say?
Nope, sounds great.
Okay. And now we will hear from the third party.
Yeah, I just had a question in regards to the,
Who you are?
Eddie McGuire, I live at 12 Barney Park, so I'm on the west side of the property. So the original agreement that was signed and that was in place was, yes, to remove the fence. There were multiple plans that we discussed to do this. I've reached out many times to Sarah to initiate this project. And what it seems is you waited till Clay moved in, right? Till Eve left, right? And it's a situation where I want, like, how do we guarantee that the fence will be removed? Okay. How do we do that? Because it wasn't lived up to, the original agreement wasn't lived up to.
I mean, I will guarantee that it's removed, I personally. Sarah is no objection to it, but I'll go over and take it out myself if I have to. You know, you guys have already talked to the guy, he's willing to take the fence out, right?
Yeah, he said it would cost an extra $200. He saw it off at the bottom, all the way.
Yeah, and this predates your, we talked about this, but, yeah, so.
You can also make it part of the approval.
Could you please, yeah, that's, I'm just looking for some kind of
It'll be in
documentation
both,
to
actually. I
trail
have two
it.
applications, one from Mr. Beer, one from Bernard, and both of them will be voted on tonight. I will make sure that both of the applications require the removal of the fence from your property.
Okay, perfect, thank you. Good.
I can talk more if you.
Yes.
The weather clouds.
And wait. Okay. Okay, so we will hear, vote on 18-67, 40 South Ferris Street, Beer. Do I have a motion to approve the application as amended to recall the removal of the fence from, spell your last name?
McGuire.
Oh, me or
Yeah.
Clint?
No, you.
McGuire, McGuire.
Okay.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
We will then go to 18-69, which is 44 South Ferris Street. Same fence from the Bernard. Do I have a motion to approve as amended?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And we're good?
Good.
I was just gonna say, I can comment on the no.
Thank you.
Thanks. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Okay. We will now go to our only new matter of the night, ARB 18-70, 53 Jaffrey Court, Gordon Peter. Did I say that right?
Fader, but she's not here, so you can say it.
Good thing she's not here, right?
Good evening, I'm Jim Metzger, I'm the architect on the project, representing Mr. Gordon and Ms. Feder. The project is a kitchen renovation, and we have 3 existing windows in the kitchen that are rather small and not in keeping with the character of the house. So we'd like to remove these 2 windows and this window and actually make them larger. So if you take a look at the elevations, this is the existing house. There are 2 windows next to each other. And what we want to do is leave this window in its existing location, move this window almost 4 feet away so that we can put a stove between those 2 windows. And we want to increase the height of the window so it aligns with the existing windows in the living room. And then around the other face of the house, we have a short but very wide window that's currently over the sink. We also want to raise that window to the same height, which is about 8'1" off of the floor. So these 2 windows are 2'4" wide. They're rather narrow, but they match the upper windows. So we want to do a 6/6 pattern and matching the narrower windows. This is a wider window, it's about 3'6", and we're proposing an 8/8 to match the wider windows that are on the rest of the
What's
house.
to the left of that window on that side?
I'm sorry, to which window are we talking
That
about?
window, no, yeah, what's to the left of that black bar?
That is a vent that's coming out. It's currently the range hood vent that's being
It's gonna
removed.
be moved.
It's going to be moved over to the side of the
Use the
house.
same one?
We're using a new range hood. These two faces of the house, this face of the house faces the aqueduct, this face of the house faces downhill. Neither of these faces of the house are visible from any other adjoining properties.
What's the window that you're using?
We're using a Marvin wood, ultimate wood double hung with a true divided light. And actually, I'd like to ask the board if it would be possible, because that would be matching the other windows on the house. From a maintenance perspective, I'd really like to use a clad ultimate double hung, which is, you may not know, is got an aluminum cladding that's painted white. It would be painted to match the existing trim on the other windows. So if we could use the clad window, we would prefer to do that. Like I said, it's a better maintenance product. The current windows are single pane. There's no storm windows on them. Obviously, we're going to an energy efficient double pane window, low E glass.
I had a question about the window on the east face. The window that's facing the aqueduct
Yes.
and its location. Is there any sign that there was another window there beforehand? Have you opened up the wall? Have you seen anything?
No, this is the original window in that wall. And we're keeping the width. We're just increasing the height and dropping the base of it down to the countertop height. So we're essentially just making it a little taller and a little shorter.
It's not the same width as the other 8 8s, the ones that are on the south side?
It is not. It's an existing opening. It's, like I said, it's 3'6". It's a wide window, which was put in over the kitchen, and we'd ideally like to keep the width of that opening to allow as much light into the kitchen as possible.
I would say you've increased the light quite a bit.
Yeah.
To go to double hung, I would encourage, I was looking at this and thinking it should match the other 8/8s in terms of width, but I'll leave that to the rest of the committee.
If these were on the same face, I would absolutely agree with you, and I would have done that. Being that this is sort of the aberrant window on that face, I felt that keeping the exact same width and not having to patch in all of the siding around it by going to a narrower window made more sense. The only siding we have to replace is between these windows, and it's a very simple 6-inch exposure clapboard that will be easy to prime and paint to match the existing house.
It's a true clapboard or a...
It's a true clapboard. Yeah, it's not a man-made product.
And the paint color is just a...
Paint color's going to match the existing house.
And the frame is matte.
And, yeah, the frame will match the existing windows. It's a white frame. Todd, the existing house is a blue-green?
It's kind of a taupe.
Yeah, it's
So kind of a taupe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said I had provided photographs. I don't know if you received those or not.
I haven't seen them, but they're in
I haven't seen it. It's okay. I don't have any other things to ask.
No, it looks great.
Okay, so what did you say you wanted to amend as far as the application was concerned? The style?
I'd like to know if you would allow us to use a clad ultimate wood double hung as opposed to an all wood ultimate double hung.
The other ones are also clad?
The other ones are wood. That's why I'm asking for that. Like I said, it's strictly a maintenance issue.
Same profile for the trim?
Yes. Yeah, we call for matching all of the trim to match what's existing on the house.
But that's not gonna be, that's not part of the window that comes to you, right? That's, yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay,
Yeah, I am also.
great.
Okay. Motion to approve the application as amended.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good evening.
You too.
Thank you.
This is your copy, you need this one, right? That's
No,
yours.
actually, I have the,
Okay.
Is this me?
Yep. Is that great? You have it, and just, I need that. That's yours.
Thank you.
Yep.
I'm liaison to a planning board and to.
And I didn't even have to get out my laser pointer.
I've only been to the zoning board once, and
Our next meeting is January 14th.
I just